the Virginia Horse Industry Board, and the Virginia Christmas Tree Growers Association are proud sponsors of Virginia Farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. Large or small, Virginia farmers work year-round to help put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Hi everybody, welcome to Virginia Farming. I'm Amy Rocher. Today we'll visit Carolyn's Garden in Mechanicsville. It's a nursery in a unique setting with a very interesting history. Plus we'll have the Ag Calendar, a Minute in the Field video, and of course the Ag News of the Week, all on this edition of Virginia Farming. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack announced the availability of $96.8 million in grants to fund innovative projects designed to support specialty crop producers, local food entrepreneurs, and farm-to-school efforts, which in turn will increase access to healthy, nutritious food for American families and children. Vilsack said consumer demand for local, healthy food is skyrocketing in schools, hospitals, and wholesalers. And these grant opportunities allow farmers and ranchers to meet this demand. The grant programs administered by the Agricultural Marketing Service include numerous categories. For more information on these programs, visit the web address on your screen. Well, Big Trouble is headed to the Richmond area. Big Trouble Malting and Spirits will open a new malting facility and craft distillery in the city of Petersburg. The company will invest just under $1 million and create 9 new jobs while sourcing all of its needed feedstock, more than 40,000 bushels of barley, wheat, rye, and fruit from Virginia agricultural producers. In addition to producing its own malts and spirits, Big Trouble will sell malts to local brewers. Big Trouble owners say they want to support Virginia craft brewers and create an operation where growers can confidently raise barley and other alternative crops for the craft beer industry. VDAX worked with the city of Petersburg to secure this expansion, and Governor McAuliffe approved a $50,000 grant from the APHID fund to assist the city with the project. Well, beef consumption may have been down in 2014, but beef demand was strong in retail, food service, and exports. In this segment from the American Angus Association, Cindy Campbell reports how the numbers are looking good for this year.
Don't let beef consumption numbers get you down.
As we think about from a per capita supply basis, that consumption and production are pretty close together when you add in and subtract exports and imports. So we've had a pretty big decline in per capita supplies over the last couple years, and that's been the engine that's drove prices higher.
But that doesn't mean people like beef any less. 2014 beef demand was strong in retail, food service, and export, Good says. Lower fuel costs help spur restaurant traffic and beef sales.
As you think about that, the average driver will save about $600 this year just because of lower gas prices. Well, there's a very strong correlation. If gas prices go down, the average consumer will spend more time. They'll go out to eat, and that really does help that restaurant trade.
And the beef industry has done a better job of responding to consumer demand. CattleFax says that's key to building future consumption.
I think the driving point there is we look at the long-term plan as far as improving demand. It's quality and consistency. And as you think about it, from a quality standpoint, cattle today, the year-over-year increase in grade between 2014 and 2013 is about 2.5% more cattle grading choice. The prime grade up was higher as well. So the quality component is becoming more and more evident. We've got a more consistent product as we take that to both retail and food service, and demand was strong last year.
That's not only a boon to domestic demand, but also worldwide trade.
It does look finally that with the global beef market, which is very robust, is starting to give a bigger premium for grain-fed product. As you think about the trend, all product is moving higher, but grain-fed product, our product in particular, has moved higher quicker than, let's say, a product from either Australia or Brazil.
Cattle Facts suggests the beef market has reached its ultimate high for the year, but still expects strong prices throughout 2015. I'm Cindy Campbell.
Thanks, Cindy. Well, beef isn't the only commodity showing strong numbers. Virginia's 2014 commercial wine grape harvest was more than 17% larger than that of 2013, with 8,039 tons. The 2014 harvest is second only to the 2009 harvest of more than 8,600 tons. Now, commodity marketing specialist for the Virginia Farm Bureau Federation, Tony Banks, says it's great to see the investment in new vineyard acreage is beginning to pay dividends for the industry, and that Virginia's growth in wine sales has outpaced its growth in fruit production. Banks says the Commonwealth still needs more bearing acreage if we're to continue robust wine sales. Virginia currently ranks 5th nationwide for the number of wineries, with more than 255. Well, as Virginia's wine industry is taking shape, another commodity could soon be in her fields. On March 16th, Governor Terry McAuliffe signed a bill that authorizes Virginia Tech and Virginia State University to grow industrial hemp for research purposes. VDACS will issue the growing licenses, and the law goes into effect July 1st. Now, at one time, hemp was one of the 3 principal crops at George Washington's Mount Vernon. Hemp was used to make rope, fabric, and paper. Then in 1937, Congress passed the Marijuana Tax Act, which was a major barrier to hemp production. Industrial hemp was grown in the United States until 1945, and then in 1970, all forms of the cannabis plant were banned under the Controlled Substances Act. Now, as we learned on our show a few weeks ago, hemp is a different variety of the cannabis plant and does not have the same properties as marijuana. Hemp seed oil has the potential to be an alternative energy source and an ingredient in pharmaceuticals as well as a cooking oil. Hemp fiber is used in clothing, rope, construction materials, carpet, and in the automobile industry. Well, today we travel to Mechanicsville and visit a unique garden where you'll find shade plants, sun plants, but no greenhouses. That's coming up next on Ag Insights. Today we're visiting Hanover County in the outskirts of Mechanicsville, Virginia. We are in Carolyn's Garden, this gorgeous garden located in a subdivision of Mechanicsville. And I'm joined by Marty Proctor with Carolyn's Garden. Marty, thanks so much for having us out today.
Thanks for coming.
This surrounding area has a lot of history. Tell us a little bit about that.
This site is located in historic Hanover County. About 4 miles west of here is a site called Rural Plains. And in 1724, a family called the Shelton family built a home on Rural Plain. And about 31 years later, they had a daughter that got married on that site. And she married an 18-year-old man named Patrick Henry.
Wow.
And the family gave them 300 acres nearby, which is this area. It's called Pine Slash. So Carolyn's is located on Sarah Shelton Lane in Pine Slash subdivision.
How many acres does Carolyn's Garden occupy?
It occupies about 10 acres, but the gardens are probably covering about 5 acres. What we try to do here is set up plants so we can show customers how they really look in the ground. We want to be able to establish gardens so you can see how it really looks. If you can see this climbing hydrangea over here, that's 30 feet tall, and that helps customers to really see how well that plant's going to do.
How long has Carolyn's Garden been here?
About 20 years.
How many plants do you have here on site?
Carolyn has, in the perennials, we have about 300 different varieties of perennials. She also has about 130 different types of hosta, 23 different types of hydrangeas, and about 14 different types of ferns. So what we do is we put them in pots, and we average about 15,000 pots.
So you've got 10 acres of all these plants growing. How many of you run this place?
Well, it's really just Carolyn. She's a very hard worker, you can tell. And she and her husband Terry live here. I'm Carolyn's sister, and I'm just here to help.
We're in Hanover County. What hardiness zone are we in?
This hardiness zone is a 7A. For the Richmond area, it can vary a little bit from that. My house is 25 minutes from here, and Carolyn and I laugh because my plants may bloom 2 weeks before hers, even though officially we're in the same zone.
So who do you serve? Is it just the greater Richmond area?
We have customers from North Carolina, Maryland, all around this area. They come up here because the plants have set out and are so tough all year.
So I look around and I see no greenhouses around here. Why is that?
What Carolyn wanted to be able to do here is to provide plants that are going to be tough, that are going to be ready to go in the ground. So what she does is she mixes her own soil, and we set these plants out so they are winter hardy, and we had a rough winter last year. But most importantly for us, it's the humidity and the hot summer. So we know that plants that she has are going to survive the winter but also survive the summer. The other thing that Carolyn does is she doesn't use much fertilizer. We use organic soil in our mix. And the other is we don't use pesticides. We may use some liquid soap sometimes, but because we're on a well and the environment, we don't use chemicals. So what you find is plants that are really tough. What you may see is where some insects may have eaten a leaf, but they're healthy.
You mentioned soil.
Right.
And I know you guys do your own soil here. Tell me a little bit about that. How do you make it and what does it include?
We mix our own soil. We use a combination of topsoil, mushroom compost, and some shredded pine to make our pots drain well. Mushroom compost is really our key component. Can I show you a little bit about what it looks like in this pot here? This is mushroom compost, and mushroom compost is composed of horse straw. It also has some hay, some poultry litter, but it's designed to hold moisture but to drain really well. And for our gardens, the most important thing is to have some moisture and to drain well. So we use a lot of mushroom compost here.
How does your all's experience help your customers?
We think hands-on experience is the most important thing that you can do. Prior to our 20 years here, Carolyn worked for 15 years at a large local nursery. So she has some experience commercially as well as all the things that we've tested here. Carolyn's husband, Terry, is in charge of the tractor. He's in charge of mixing the soil, helping water, and he's number one on her honey-do list. And I'm her sister, and what I do is I dedicated my yard, which is heavy, heavy clay and lots of shade, to plant every one of these plants in my yard to see how well they're going to do in heavy clay soil, which a lot of Richmond area people have.
Now you mentioned that your house is about 25 minutes away.
Correct.
And the soil at your house is a heavy clay.
It's a heavy red clay, yes.
But I look around here, and this is very, very sandy soil here. What's the difference? How does that work?
This is wonderful Hanover County sandy soil that they use to grow those wonderful Hanover tomatoes. So what we do is we test all of our plants here in this sandy soil, but I take my yard, which is 25 minutes from here, with heavy red clay, and we test the plant in another extreme. How well does it do in full sun sandy soil, as well as how does it do in heavy clay? I've also amended with mushroom compost to see how well it's going to do, how big is it going to get, how much moisture does it take. So we test. Someone has to sacrifice their yard to test all these plants.
Gosh, that's awful having
is.
to make your yard this beautiful.
It is, too.
So what's some of the feedback you've gotten from your customers?
It's really cute. We had a customer come up with her son the other day, and he grabs me and said, lady, do you know what we like about you? You have good roots. So our plants are really healthy. I think that's the number one thing customers say. Our plants are healthy, they're going to survive, they're ready to go in the ground. And because they haven't been heavily fertilized, you put them in your soil and they just explode. They're so happy to be in a bigger space. They haven't been fertilized where they're blooming out of season or hothouse grown, so they don't go into transplant shock.
I saw on your website that you guys offer seminars. Tell us a little bit about that. What do you guys do?
We love offering the classes, and we get a good response. We offer mostly how to plan for and how to plant perennials. Probably our most popular is how to grow hydrangeas, because there are more types of hydrangeas than just your grandmother's pink or blue. We have so many hydrangeas that will do well in part shade or different with not as much water. So we talk about hydrangeas, we'll talk about sun gardening, we'll talk about shade gardening, how to really make those perennials do well. And we can work one-on-one with customers. It's that personal service we think is so important.
So what do people want to know the most? Do you have a frequently asked question?
I think the most frequently asked questions are about sun and shade. Because when people, what we try to do is help our customers understand what's going on in their yard, to educate them, to be observant. What time is your sun? If you have a sunny garden, is it morning sun or afternoon sun? Because those are two separate growing conditions. Or is your shade filtered or heavy shade like we're sitting in now? But even with this filtered shade, you can look around and we have pockets that get really good sun for a couple of hours that make it very suitable for growing some perennials.
Do you have a #1 tip for gardeners, something that you want everybody to walk away with when they leave here?
Carol and I like to say there are two most important things. And one is know your soil and use compost. And use some more compost, and then use some more compost. In our market area, it's hard to use too much compost because our soil needs amending. And the other tip is to water deeply. When you see these plants and the roots are this deep underground, if the water doesn't reach those roots, the plants are going to be very close to the surface and they're not going to do as well. So it's more important to water deep than to water lightly.
So you talk about watering deeply, but how do you make sure you are watering deeply? How do you do it?
When you water, you're going to have to watch how the soil absorbs your water. But you're going to have to make sure you get familiar with it. You can poke something into the soil to see how quickly it goes down. The more compost you have, the more it allows that moisture to seep down. So it's better to water less frequently, but to water deep. And your plants will generally tell you when they're very thirsty. They kind of go,
Right.
and they list.
So Marty, how about taking us on a tour?
It'd be our pleasure.
All right,
Thank you.
let's go. So this area over here is, you have a lot of hostas, and this is a more heavy shaded area?
Right. What we try to do is set our plants so that the sun lovers are in the sun, and we gradually go back from filtered shade to full shade. We started our hosta from A to Z, the 130 different varieties of hosta.
Now, do you guys start everything from seedlings here?
We do a lot from seedlings. We also do division of some of our plants. But because we're watering heavily and the area beside these plants are heavily mulched, a lot of seedlings do come up.
Okay. So what you do is you take the seedlings like we're seeing now, and then you'll dig those up and plant them in the soil that we talked about.
Right. We use our
In the
containers
pots.
with our mixed soil.
And then that's what we see here in the larger plants.
That's exactly what you see in the larger plants. They're just so happy they make lots of babies.
And let's talk about the seedling process, the first, second, and third year. So go over the saying again.
This is a tiny little seedling, and we'll put that in a pot. And when a customer takes that pot home with that plant and they put it in their yard, we ask them to be patient, because the first year you sleep, second year you creep, and third year you leap. It takes plants a while to get their roots settled into your garden, so they will take off, but be patient, and then they'll just explode with beauty.
So you have a lot of plants in containers. This is just to show folks some of the things that you can do. They don't all have to be in the ground. And this is good for city dwellers as well.
Absolutely. And particularly if you use a good soil combination in your pot, it will last for years and years. Some of these plants have been in these containers for 10 years, and they winter over and handle the summer.
Now this big pot, this hosta, you said it's been in a pot for at least 7 years, and it won't get any bigger because it's in that pot, but that's how big it can get in a large pot.
It can get that big in a large pot. That particular one is called Sum and Substance. It's one of the larger chartreuse hostas, but it will get bigger than that in the ground if it doesn't have competition from tree roots.
Okay.
But it's doing so well because it doesn't have any competition from tree roots.
Now hydrangeas are something else that we talked about.
Right.
What kinds of hydrangeas do you guys offer?
We offer a variety of hydrangeas. Most people are familiar with, this is called a soft leaf, a smooth leaf hydrangea. It's very soft. And this is like your grandmother's hydrangea. It's the beautiful blue.
The big balls of
Yes,
flowers.
blue or pink, depending on your soil. But these take full sun and a lot of moisture. But there are other varieties of hydrangea that will do well in full sun or full shade and still give you blooms. They don't give you the color, but they'll give you beautiful blooms. We've got some paniculata down here, and the blooms, Amy, are that big.
So now we're in the sun portion of the garden.
Yes.
And look at these peonies.
Aren't they gorgeous?
They are gorgeous.
This is a single, and this is considered a double. This is Festiva Maxima. Has little streaks of red in it. Isn't that?
Oh, that's beautiful. And they smell so good.
Aren't they wonderful?
And peonies don't live long. They don't bloom long. But while they're blooming, boy,
They're
are they
spectacular.
beautiful.
It's hard to get a bigger bloom than that.
That's just beautiful. Gorgeous. So let's talk a little bit about some of the plants that are available in your sun area. What do we have?
What we grow is anything that will tolerate heavy sun. You've got some daylilies, you're seeing different things in bloom at different times. This is verbena down here. This is spiderwort. We have crepe myrtles. We have some native rhododendron. But we just grow out here, these are our bedding plants, anything that will grow in full sun.
Now, this is one of the most amazing plants I've seen here. Tell us about this. It's 30 foot tall.
Isn't this gorgeous? This is the true botanical climbing hydrangea. This is considered a lace cap, and these are the florets that will hang down, very fragrant. It took it quite a while to get this tall. This is one of the slower growing climbing hydrangeas. There are other varieties, but it gets a huge trunk. I don't know if you can see how big that trunk is in here, but it gets a really thick trunk.
Oh my goodness.
And it has to reach its full height at about 30 feet before it'll bloom.
And this is climbing up a pine tree.
Right.
Wow. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Now, if someone's interested in learning more about Carolyn's Garden, what should they do?
They can visit our website, or they can call the gardens at 804-746-8496.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us out. This is a gorgeous place.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
We'll be right back. Taking a look at the ag calendar, the Taste of Spring Festival will be held April 11th at the Tides Inn in Irvington. Celebrate all things spring with Virginia craft beers, hard ciders, wines, and regional fare from area restaurants and food vendors. Now, more events are happening in the days prior, so be sure to visit tidesinn.com for more information. The Virginia Beef Expo takes place April 17th through the 19th at the Rockingham County Fairgrounds. This expo showcases the seed stock and commercial cattle industries, as well as the related agri-industry and youth beef industry. For more information, send an email to mclivestock@gmail.com. That does it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week. I'm Amy Rocher for Virginia Farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. From apples to zucchini, Virginia farmers work hard to put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.